Episode 11. Echoes of the Departed. The news shattered her. Nia sat at the edge of her bed, the silence of the room pressing in like a vice. Zane's words echoed relentlessly in her ears. She was killed, Nia. Killed. The weight of the truth clawed through her chest like a storm trying to escape. All this time, she had believed her mother, Adesua, had died from illness, worn down by grief and rejection. But now a darker reality lurked beneath the surface. Her mother was silenced. The rage awakens. By dawn, Nia had barely slept. Her desk was covered in open letters. Scribbled notes, copies of the journal Dupe gave her, and voice notes she'd recorded for her next radio expose. Each one sounded more determined than the last. This wasn't about identity anymore. This was about justice. At the station, she locked the studio door and whispered into the mic, recording her most personal episode yet. They say the past is buried, but what if it was murdered? What if someone made sure you never found it again? My name is Tari Daramola, and I will not be silent. Zane's crossroads. Zane sat alone in his car, parked outside his father's estate. He'd returned to confront the man once more, armed with what the assistant had told him about the injection, about Adesua being a threat that had to be managed. That Chief Iredell was already preparing his exit strategy. He'd called in favors, paid off police, and even filed legal actions against Zane, claiming mental instability and media sabotage. You're willing to ruin your own son to cover your sins, Zane had growled. Chief Iredell only smiled. I created you, and I can erase you. But Zane wasn't alone anymore. He had the truth. And Nia, Lade's redemption. At home, Lade sat beside Mama Ajoke, reading from Adesua's journal. Her voice cracked, soft and broken. She was brave, Mama. Braver than any of us. And I hated her for taking Nia from you. But now I see, she never did. Tears spilled freely now. She wasn't just losing her mother. She was losing the comfort of a lie she'd wrapped herself in for decades. The letter Nia never expected. That evening, Dupe returned, but not alone. She brought a man with her, frail, with a cane. His eyes immediately locked on Nia's. My name is Boyega, he said. I was Adesua's first love. And your father? Nia's breath caught. What? I was forced to disappear. Her parents hated me. And when she got pregnant, the Okojis offered her a deal. Give you up. And they'd protect her. But they never intended to keep that promise. He handed Nia a sealed envelope. Adesua's last letter to him. Unopened. I couldn't save her, Boyega whispered, tears filling his eyes. But maybe I can stand beside you now. Fire and ashes. Later that night, Zane calls Nia. Meet me. You need to see this. She arrives to find him standing by the charred remains of an old family property. My father had it burned. It was where they hid the files, the original adoption documents, the payments, the death report. All gone. But in the ashes, Nia finds a half-burned photo, Adesua holding her as a baby. She grips it tightly, trembling. This ends with us, she says. No more shadows. They hold each other under the night sky, the air thick with smoke, grief, and the scent of war on the horizon. Episode 12. The secret within the frame. Nia sat in her bedroom, staring at the burnt photograph. Despite the charring, her mother's gentle smile remained. That same curve. Nia had begun to mirror when she smiled back at herself in the mirror lately. She turned the photo over, and something shifted. The backing paper peeled slightly at the edge. Curious, Nia gently pulled it open and found a small, folded slip of old paper sealed with a waxy smear. A hidden message. If you are reading this, I didn't make it. It was Adesua's handwriting. The hidden address. Inside the note was a name and an address. Miss Ogby Illarin. Tell her I kept the girl safe as long as I could. Nia's heart pounded. Another name. Another woman. Another trail. She called Zane. Without hesitation, they planned the trip. They would leave at first light. Lade's confrontation. Meanwhile, Lade stormed into the Okoji compound unannounced. She faced Chief Iodell and his legal team, dropping a recorder on the table. You killed her, and I have evidence of you covering it up. He scoffed. I raised your sister. Don't forget who made you comfortable. She spat the words back. You made me blind. But I see now, and I'm not afraid anymore. She walked out before anyone could stop her. The journey to Illarin. The long drive was quiet, heavy with thoughts unspoken. As the sun dipped over the hills, Zane glanced at Nia and whispered, If this leads to danger, you can still turn back. She shook her head. This is me turning forward. They arrived in Illarin under cover of dusk. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, like and share. Stay tuned for episode 13.